Wednesdays going forward on Comedy Central, so make sure to check it out. Also, great news today. Bevis and Butthead, guys. Bevis and Butthead is going to be premiering, season 3 will be premiering Wednesday, September 3rd on Comedy Central. Okay, we've got 4 chairs to fill with 4 absolute icons. Should we do this thing? Guys, give it up for executive producer, co-creator, and star of 10 Minutes, Andy Samberg! And we have the creators, the writers, the stars of South Park. Give it up. It's Matt Stone and Trey Parker.
Welcome back to Comic-Con, Trey and Matt.
Hi guys, welcome. Okay, we have a lot to talk about. But I just want to get some accolades out of the way. You can earmuffs if you want, but I just want to acknowledge this moment because, like I said, these 4 have never been on stage together. Sitting on this stage, we have one of the great SNL performers of all time. The collected film work on this stage includes Team America, Office Space, Idiocracy, and Pop Star. The television work, besides the shows I already mentioned, include King of the Hill, Silicon Valley, and Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
All right!
A 9-time Broadway Tony Award-winning show credited on stage too. So, now we're out of time. So thank you guys for coming. Okay, before we dive into talking about all your respective careers and overlaps, etc. Did anybody here see South Park last night? Guys, did you anticipate the reaction today? Have you been following it? What do you make of it?
We're terribly sorry.
Fair enough, fair enough. We'll leave it there, it's all good. Okay, what is the history, what is the overlap between the 4 of you? Is there history between the 4 of you?
With Mike there, actually, when we first were getting maybe a deal to do South Park, we got to, I don't know where we met. We were do you remember where we met?
Once at the 4 Seasons, maybe?
Yeah, but we were like, hey, we're gonna do this anime, and we were huge Beavis and Butthead fans. Like, we just thought it was the coolest thing, and we're like, we want to do something like that. And he was just so cool to us, and we hadn't done anything, but he really helped us.
Like, yeah, I've seen the Spirit of Christmas. Yeah. Yeah, I think it was David Gale, MTV Films. It was around the time the Beavis and Butthead movie was coming out. And you guys came to the premiere too.
Yeah.
And Matt and Isaac Hayes, I think, or some chef,
Okay. But I mean, you guys like shared very rarefied air. There weren't a lot of people doing what you were doing, so it must have been interesting to see like a kindred spirit across the way.
No, I mean when we were in college, there was like when Trey and I were in college, like Beavis and Butthead was everything. The Simpsons too; those were completely like groundbreaking. You weren't supposed to be able to do that kind of stuff. So when we got to meet Mike, that was we wouldn't have been able to do what we were doing unless he was already doing it before, for sure. And Andy, I met him, I don't know, we met a few years ago. He was a youngin'.
Yeah, we met like
hey, you know what? You're a smart guy. You should try comedy.
He's a young whippersnapper that's done 2 seasons of it.
And then he did it. Look at him.
They were like, hey, you should go for it. And I was like, okay.
If it wasn't for me, I don't know. I don't know what Andy would have done.
I mean, another accolade to add to your resume is Andy Samberg's career. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. You're welcome. Thank you.
It was good advice, frankly.
Did you grow up animation, comedy? Like, was it all, like, what were your inspirations?
I mean, them, like truly. And it's not lost on me how weird it is to be on a panel with them. Like, Beavis and Butthead and South Park for me
in high school and college was it. Like, period. That was what we fucking did. Like, every single time a new South Park was coming on, we would get together because we were like, here it comes. Like, it was, both those shows are the most groundbreaking stuff ever. And if you care about comedy, they're all time, like, Mount Rushmore things.
Matt, Trey, and Mike, I mean, it's rare for someone working in animation to become a recognizable figure, like a celebrity in your own right. But you guys have become that. Do you remember that shift, the first time you started to literally be recognized by fans for what you were creating?
I think I have a pretty forgettable face, and I really don't get recognized much at all. Like there was the first time it freaked me out. Was at an airport, I think. Well, I did Letterman in '93, and I remember thinking maybe I wasn't going to do it. It'd be better to be not known, and Bevis and Butthead was controversial. And then after I did it, I was walking around going, "Oh shit, okay, now I can't go anywhere." And then no one recognized me. And then the next day. I went Christmas shopping at the mall in Albuquerque, and no one was anyone watching. And then finally someone recognized me, but it doesn't. Yeah, no, I have a normal life. I mean, do you guys get recognized much? After basketball?
By guys. That was always the thing, is like, you know, I'm older now, but it wasn't that great to be just recognized by guys.
Oh yeah, it's always guys, yeah, of course.
Some people recognize me, but they're all guys.
I was walking the floor for like 2 hours with my daughter, and it was great. Like, Comic-Con fans are the best fans ever, because it's like, you can just walk around, it's like, it's so cool. And I think, you know, definitely a couple people, you know, came up with it, just, oh, man, you know, whatever. And it was like, it was so great to walk around, you know, it's like, it's pretty great animation at that level. I mean, Andy doesn't know this, but like, on that level where it's like, you can go anywhere and people don't really know who you are, but then you can say your name and get into a nice table or something, you know what I mean? So it's a pretty perfect.
Ask Andy what he thinks. It's a different experience.
I was gonna say, it's wild to me because I get fucking mobbed here. I truly cannot relate to anything you guys are saying.
Even though your voices, though, I mean, Mike, I would imagine some people even just hear your voice and it keys something in their brain.
Oh yeah, I mean, I was with my daughters at a picnic table outside a coffee place in Austin, and all I did was clear my throat. And someone turned around without seeing this, Mike Judge. Sounded like Bevis. And I'm like, you know, booking a hotel or something, and someone recognizes my voice. I mean, I just sound like Butthead.
Do any of you guys ever bust a voice out to like get a perk? like drop a little voice into something and be like, I'm not getting where I want with this thing. I'll be like, do a little.
Yeah, I try not to, but
I might have done that once.
But it's funny because when South Park started, when I would do Randy wasn't a very big part of the show, but I was doing an impersonation of my dad, which was basically my voice, except just a little bit like this. And now I just talk like that, like I'm just doing an impersonation of myself.
So we talked to Andy about his influences growing up. What about for you gentlemen? Were you looking at comedy generally, animation? What were your big creative inspirations growing up before you were even getting into the business?
I mean, for me and Trey, we met over Monty Python. It's not no secret, but it's, you know, that's just the truth and just in this day of, you know, when PBS is getting their funding cut, I have to say, that's how I found Monty Python. I mean, better or worse, it was on PBS in Colorado. I think I kind of think of this, it was on Wednesday nights when South, you know.
It was Thursday nights.
Thursday night, so, you know, but it was I had a black and white TV in my bedroom, and Flying Circus was on, and that was everything for me. That was the beginning and end of it, you know what I mean? Still to this day. So I think that's how we bonded on that, yeah. Monty Python.
Me as well. Monty Python came on, I was in junior high, Albuquerque, and yeah, PBS of all places, like, what the hell is this thing? It would come on Sunday nights, and then me and my friends would talk about it the next day. And you know, the Terry Gilliam's animation too, you know, was something, cutout animation that these guys do. Yeah, you take these Renaissance paintings and chop them up in the mouths, and I just thought it was amazing. But yeah, also for me, National Lampoon magazine, a lot of the cartoons and comics that were in there, I thought, like, why can't this kind of stuff be animated? You know, because animation was really bad in the 80s. Unless you went to an animation festival. And then you'd see really cool stuff. But yeah, I mean, those were two big ones, I'd say.
I mean, by now, so much has been said and written about like the origins of your shows. Are you guys on the same page about like the origin story for South Park? If I ask each of you individually, does it line up? Do you have any differing memories of how the show came about?
Andrew?
It was like 60 years ago.
I don't remember. Is that the Newlywed Show? You're gonna like test us? Okay. I think we met.
I don't remember.
What do you remember being the spark that created South Park these years later?
I think we were in film school at the University of Colorado, and they didn't have much of a film school at the time. In fact, I don't think they even had a film major until the second year we were there. But we were taking film classes, and there was a really great experimental filmmaker there named Stan Brakhage, who was like very well known for his avant-garde stuff. He was the coolest guy too, but a lot of people went there thinking they were going to make very serious art pieces. And Matt and I were the only two guys there that wanted to do like fart jokes at the time. And so again, we bonded up because we loved Monty Python so much, and we were making little films in college. And one of them was using Terry Gilliam's style and using cutouts and making these young boys, fighting with Santa Claus and Jesus. And so that was just one of the things, that we did in college. So.
It must be mind-boggling, but like the trajectory of that Spirit of Christmas and where it took off. And when you look back to those early days, just put me in your shoes, put me in your head of like what it was like to be in the nexus of that becoming what it did, especially in the first couple of years.
Yeah, it's before viral existed. There was no viral anything because the internet was kind of just coming about when we came out, and the VHS of Spirit of Christmas was what went viral. It went crazy, and everyone knew this VHS that was going. Meanwhile, Matt and I are sleeping on people's couches in LA trying to get meetings, and it got so big and it got around to us all the way that we were at some random party, and these guys were like, "Hey, we're gonna watch this video," and they put it on, and we're like, "Oh, we did that," because no one put their names on it, and they're like, "Yeah, no, shut up. We met the guys that did this," and we're like, "No, we did," and apparently there were these other guys going around town saying they had done it and pitching it and getting jobs, and then we ended up proving it that we did it, and then.
And I do want to apologize for that. Way out of line. We buried it.
Right. Who was the other guy? Was it just?
It was me and Keith. No, but we had that VHS. Yes.
Amazing. Mike, how many people have claimed credit for being the inspiration for Bevis and Butthead? Has like every friend from childhood said, yeah, in retrospect, yeah, that was me?
Oh, quite a few, but none of the ones who actually were. Like, and it's not, there's no one-to-one, like Bevis is this guy, Butthead is that guy. There's, like I could name like 12 different people and different, it started out as me trying to draw this guy he sat in front of calculus class, and I don't know, I think I told this story last time I was here, so I apologize, but we had a friend of mine said, "Hey, there's this really hot new teacher," and like no one had ever heard of a hot teacher. And it turned out that she was actually a former Dallas Cowboys cheerleader, and she was like teaching calculus. And this kid sat in front of the class, and he was just so nerdy and just so into her, and he would be writing really fast and biting his bottom lip and just be laughing at everything she said, and she wasn't saying anything funny. And I started imitating him in the back of the class, and then just caught on, and other people were imitating him. I was just trying to draw him, and it turned into something else. Bevis was one version, Butthead was another. And I just liked the way they looked. And so the only thing I kept from that guy was the laugh. And he's a nuclear engineer now, so he's nothing like us. I mean, maybe he's, I don't know, maybe he's going to make a bomb or something. But yeah, but people claim, yeah, I was the inspiration, and they're usually just some job with nothing to do with it.
In retrospect, what do you think the smartest creative decision you guys made way back when that has behooved you well in these decades later? Can you pinpoint anything that, because like most shows, period, in animation or live action, don't last, as we know, don't have the staying power.
I think drawing it.
What's that?
Drawing it was the best decision.
Yeah.
Just being animated. Yeah, just being animated. I mean, what?
Because it's timeless and they don't age and it's...
Yeah, like they just don't age. I mean, everyone knows that. That's why these shows have existed, you know. Except for Gunsmoke, which will last a long time. But I mean, these animated, bring them to draw them and put them back in a drawer and bring them out again. That's why, right? Really, that's why they last. That was probably a good creative decision. I mean, we were never animators coming up. We thought we were comedy guys. Turns out we're animators, but that turned out to be the right decision because we've got to create these characters and stick with them for a long time.
And for us too, it was animating in 2D. Because still to this day, I mean, as we sit right now, I promise this is true, we were at South Park this morning trying to figure out what next week's show is going to be. So right now, we don't know. So, but that's how the show's always been, and because it's animated the way it is, we can sculpt it and build it, and we do it a lot like they did SNL. I think it's a lot, the more we learn about their schedule, it seems like it's pretty similar actually.
Yeah, except they had to get on live TV. That's fucking crazy, by the way. Like, how stressed we get, like, to get to the end of our week and have to go live.
I think making a story that makes sense that fast is much harder, having done both.
Well, we haven't done that. We done that?
But you're gonna. I mean, if it's bad this week, it's clearly everyone here's fault. That's what we're saying. It's not gonna be bad. It's never bad.
Talk a little bit about the creative process and the timeline, because you all work on probably different timelines. South Park especially is a